number 17, James Stone. At forward, a 6'10" junior from Tulsa, Oklahoma, number 11, Trent Pierce. At center, a 7-foot senior from Dayton, Ohio, number 15, Sean Phillips Jr. At guard, a 6'4" sophomore from Oklahoma City, Oklahoma, number 5, T.O. Barrett. And at forward, a 6'9" senior from Kansas City, Kansas, second team All-SEC, number 25, Mark Mitchell. And the head coach for the Tigers, Coach Dennis Gates.
Pat Adams, Byron Jarrett, Will Howard.
Yes.
That's the officiating crew for this one. The Tigers are in white with gold numerals and black lettering. Well, the Wildcats, it's the road blue is the higher seed. Missouri's the 8, Kentucky's the 9. It's the blue jerseys and trunks with white numerals and letters for the Cats. Goose, this is a Missouri team that goes 6'9", 6'10", 7 feet, 2'6'4" guards, as you just heard in the introductions. That is the third biggest team in the country.
And it helps them in one regard, and that is obviously the size category, and that's why winning the battle in the paint is so important. But it hurts them because they have to send one of those bigs out to defend the three-point line, which is one reason why they struggle from there. So if Kentucky can start out this game just knocking a couple of those shots down from outside, it might force that middle to open up just a little bit.
Cats are due to get hot from the arc. 28% there in their last 3 games. Their last 4 away from Rupp Arena, they've made just 27%. But at one point this season, Kentucky led the SEC in three-point field goal percentage. They ended up finishing 6th. So that's a spot. If you look at stats, you'd think Missouri, they come in thinking they could win the paint.
Yeah.
Kentucky couldn't win the 3 points.
You have to think that way. You have to look at every advantage you have, and that's one for Kentucky.
Cats will be going left to right from where we sit opposite the benches here at Bridgestone Arena. And just scanning the house, it actually doesn't look quite as full as it was yesterday, but it was a late arriving crowd yesterday as well. Tap control of the Cats. Comes to Aberdeen in backcourt. And he'll be picked up as he comes into front court by Stone. They work it left side to Jelavic, to Oweh in the corner, driving left baseline. Started by Barrett, out to Chandler, thought about a 3, but couldn't get it off in time. Drives over to the right side of the lane, loses the ball, scramble for it underneath, and it's won by Missouri. Pierce came out with it. Barrett on the jog into front course. He's picked up by Oweh. Barrett, point guard, bouncing it down to Mitchell on the left baseline. Lob into the paint is deflected, and Malachi Moreno saves it in, and Missouri gets it, and Mitchell's going for the basket, then he loses it out of bounds. Actually, Phillips, they tried to throw it to him on the lob, defended well by Moreno, but then when he saved it in, it went to a Missouri player, but a break for Kentucky.
Yes, very big break, and now you have to take advantage of it after turning the ball over on your offensive end of the floor.
Aberdeen moves it left side as he comes into front court. Wanted to get it to Chandler, could not. Backs it out, comes into the middle. Hard double team. He keeps his dribble, though, stays alive. Cross court to Chandler. Back to the top of the circle to Moreno. He dribbles right, wants to hand it to Oweh. Hits him on a backdoor cut instead. 15-footer, no good off the right baseline. Rebounded by Mizzou. It's Stone. Up into front court to Mitchell. Right baseline. Comes into the paint. Jump pass to the corner. It's Barrett on the drive. Feeds Phillips in the lane. Right at the SEC logo. Lost the ball, but gathers it in the left corner. Throws it out to Mitchell.
Well, that's that nervousness that Missouri is going to play with here.
Here's a 3 left of the circle. That's good by Stone. Missouri is on the board first. Stone pressuring Aberdeen hard as he comes across the line. And then they double team him out near midcourt. And he's in trouble, and he gets fouled as he was in a hard trap between Stone and Phillips, and he picked up his dribble. But when Missouri clamped down, they fouled.
Yeah, they would rather see someone other than Aberdeen bring the ball up the floor. So they're going to continue to press him the entire time. And, of course, what that does is it forces Kentucky to use some clock off of some seconds off of the clock. So we'll see how that develops.
Cats ball. Moreno's got it straight away. Hands it to Aberdeen for an open 3. Good.
screen by Moreno there.
Yeah, when Aberdeen took the handoff, nobody in his face. 3-3, 2 minutes in. Barrett moves it over to the right side toward the Kentucky bench. A steal by Chandler on the pass back out top. Drive, dunk at the other end.
Very active hands for Kentucky early here.
Now, Colin Chandler didn't score against Missouri and Lexington. Only played 5 minutes. He's in the book early on the driving dunk after his steal. 5-3 Kentucky. Stone top of the circle, swings it left side to Barrett. Barrett will take it down along the baseline. Cut off by Oweh. Barrett picks up his dribble, floats it way back out front to Mitchell, deep on the left side. Mitchell comes to the top. Moreno's got him on a switch. Mitchell down the lane. Jump stop on the block. Fall away 10-footer. Partially blocked, but it finds its way into the basket. I think Moreno got a piece of it, but the ball just landed on the back of the iron and died and rolled in.
He's very crafty with that basketball.
He's strong, too. 5-5. Kentucky with the ball. Moreno dribbles over to the left side. Wants to hand it to Aberdeen. Does. Thought about a three. Gets it to Jelavic instead. Bounce feed into Moreno. Left block. Back to the basket. Working against Phillips. Bumping as he comes into the lane. Goes back to his left and falls back and gets fouled. He was trying to muscle his way against Phillips. It wasn't really going well, but they draw the foul against the Missouri big man.
No, but good footwork there because he spun back. He was coming to his right. He spun back to the left side and had a little bit of advantage, so that's why the foul occurred.
And that's already 2 on Sean Phillips, the 7-foot center from Missouri. Moreno at the line for Kentucky for 2 shots. That's good. Kentucky back in front, 6-5. Trent Burns, a 7-foot redshirt freshman, checking into the game, and Phillips may be sitting for a while.
Yeah, and he doesn't appear to be quite as physical coming off the bench, a 7-footer.
Free throw good. Moreno knocks down 2. Kentucky back in front, 7-5. Kentucky extending its defense into backcourt. Barrett looking it over, comes across the line, and now he's safely into front court. 3 minutes gone, 7-5 Kentucky. Barrett walks it over to the left side. Mitchell comes out, chases up on Jelavic. Bounce feed down low to Burns. It's batted away. He has to go out beyond the three-point line to chase it down. It's about to fall out of bounds. Actually, it's Pierce, and a turnover
on the line. They finally got it.
It was Pierce, not Burns, who tried to post up and then had to go out to track down the loose ball and turns it over. Missouri's a team that turns it over more than anybody in the SEC.
And you have to make sure your defense continues to force those.
Aberdeen pressured at midcourt, almost lost it to Stone, but he's able to keep his dribble. He gets it to Chandler. They're really pressuring Aberdeen hard just to get the ball into front court. Moreno's got it 15 feet out, left of the lane, over to Jelavic. He'll shoot a 3. Missed it badly, and the rebound comes off to Stone for Missouri. Stone up the middle of the floor, picked up by Aberdeen as he gets to the top of the key. Goes right, comes back left. Aberdeen called for the foul. First foul of the game on Kentucky. 7-5 Kentucky. Just ahead of the first media timeout at 16:12 on the clock.
It's kind of funny because sometimes you bump aggressively and you get away with one. You have to back off just a little bit because that official's thinking, well, I missed one there.
Barrett drives it down the lane, left side, spins into the middle, floats it up, and it goes in.
Well, they've touched up a couple of shots in there all over the rim, but went down.
First bucket for the Missouri point guard. 7-7 here in Nashville. Moreno passes right side to Chandler, comes off a screen, back to Moreno on the roll, goes for the rim and lays it in off the pick and roll feed from Chandler.
No hesitation on that roll to the basket by Moreno.
Stone, front court, left side. Aberdeen picks him up. Kentucky back in front, 9-7. Barrett, guarded by Oweh out in the middle of the floor. Bounce pass to his left to Mitchell. Mitchell, their leading scorer, 18 a game, and they turn it over again, trying to feed Barrett, cutting down the lane. There's a timeout on the floor with 15:32 to play. Missouri being a little sloppy with the basketball, and Kentucky has a 9-7 lead here at the SEC tournament on the UK Sports Network.
One moment you're driving home, and the next you're facing a DUI charge. When the stakes are this high, you need more than advice. You need a trial attorney who will fight and win. We know how to fight for your license, your record, and your future. Call Hitch Defense Attorneys today.
Screen and rolls I've seen Malachi involved in is that he made a quick, sharp cut to the basket. So he's already got the momentum up by the time he catches the ball. So one step and going up aggressively, and he's at the rim. So that was good to see.
Kentucky with a Missouri beat the Cats in Rupp Arena on January 14th. They were 8 down with 4:37 to play. Rallied to win when Kentucky had some crucial turnovers and missed some open threes down the stretch of that game. So far, it's Mizzou that's having trouble hanging onto the basketball. They already have 4 turnovers to Kentucky's 1.
And Kentucky has gotten a couple of points off of those turnovers, and hopefully they can cash this one in for a basket.
New player into the game for Missouri at the point. It's Anthony Robinson, not quite as physical as the other point guard. Aberdeen takes advantage, gets to the rim, missed the shot, but got fouled. He had a wide open path to the basket from out at the midcourt stripe, and could not get the shot to go.
Yeah, good job recognizing that Robinson had come into the game. He's not quite the defender that we saw, so Aberdeen recognized that and got to the basket, a chance to pick up 2 here.
Foul on Burns, his first, team third. Free throw rolls off, no good. Or Denzel. Robinson and Barrett now both in there, so Barrett actually replaced Robinson in the starting lineup late in the season as the point guard. Aberdeen hits the second one. Kentucky's lead grows to 10-7, and Jelavic goes out. Dioubate comes in for the Cats.
By the way, Jelavic did a great job on Mitchell. Okay, he's not known for his defense, but he did a great job keeping Mitchell away from the basket.
Barrett on the point now for Missouri. Passes to his left to Mitchell. Diobate's on him now. They swing it right side to Pierce. Pierce out beyond the arc, gets it to Barrett. Barrett driving left of the lane, all the way to the baseline. Cut off, leans in, reverse layup, blocked by Moreno, who takes it off and clears it out to Aberdeen. Up the right side for Kentucky. Great defensive play. Moreno had an early foul trouble yesterday. Feeds Aberdeen in the paint. Off to Dioubate along the left baseline, but he couldn't get a shot up, so he circles back out and dribbles to the top of the circle. Works it to his right, hands it to Chandler, who curls into the paint, keeps his dribble, back to Dioubate with a dunk off the right baseline.
Nice job, really nice job again by Colin Chandler, not allowing himself to be guarded. Put that ball on the floor and create something.
Robinson, top of the circle, picks up his dribble, passes to his left to Mitchell. 12-7 Kentucky. 14 and a half left, first half. Mitchell's got it, left wing, spins, goes baseline, into Moreno, falls down, lost the ball. Dioubate picks it up, throws it up to Chandler. He's going for the basket and dunks it in! Timeout, Missouri!
Great defense.
Malachi Moreno pumping his fist as he heads to the bench. The big fella's off to a fast start for those big guys against Missouri. He started with his defense. Dioubate with a heads-up play to see Chandler streaking to the other end.
And he had to sit a long time, and it's harder for a big, a 7-footer, to get caught back up with the flow and the pace of the game. So he's getting some good minutes early.
Same 5 on the floor and at the timeout for Kentucky. The Wildcats have run off 7 straight, turn a 7-7 tie into a 14-7 Kentucky lead.
And what I'm hoping is happening over on the bench is I'm hoping Brandon Garrison is in the coaching staff's ear every minute saying, Coach, I'm ready. Coach, I'm ready. I mean, that's what I'm hoping he's thinking over there.
Barrett brings it into front court for Missouri. Gives it to Mitchell, left of the circle. Here's posting up down low against Chandler. Wanted the ball, but they couldn't get it to him. So he comes out to take the handoff and miss a 3. But Mitchell runs down the rebound at the left elbow.
That is what they do. Mitchell
backing in on Dioubate. Comes into the SEC logo in the paint. Flips in a left-hand turnaround jumper.
They chase those offensive rebounds.
Mitchell coming off a 32-point game and lost to Arkansas last Saturday. He's got 4 today. It's 14-9 now.
Low zone action, it appears. 2-3 zone.
Chandler out top, left side to Aberdeen. Back to Chandler. To Aberdeen. 10 seconds to shoot it. And a turnover. They threw it back to Chandler. Barrett picked his pocket. And he scores at the other end as Chandler reached in and fouled. You got to reach in there. You can't let him also score.
Yeah, you better stop. You better keep him from getting his arms up above the rim. And a little bit of a careless pass led to that turnover. Missouri giving Kentucky a little of their own medicine on that play.
A little confusion against the zone.
Well, yeah, but you just got to know that they're going to be trying to shoot the gap in that zone. I mean, that's what you do. You try to get in the lanes and force the turnover.
Brandon Garrison checks in, and a big ovation for star of yesterday's win over LSU. Garrison with 17 points. And for Missouri, Pierce is going out. And Jacob Cruz, their best three-point shooter, checking in. And he's 6'8", just a lot of size on the Missouri roster. Barrett looking to complete the three-point play. Rattles it in. He has 5 points. He's averaged 13 a game since he moved into the starting lineup 12 games ago. It's 14-12 Kentucky. Missouri scored 5 straight. Chandler, right of the circle. Back over to Aberdeen. Back to Chandler. Chandler dribbling to his right. Ready to pass to in the corner. Back to Aberdeen at the top. Aberdeen bounces to Dioubate right in the middle of the zone. 8 seconds to shoot it. Dioubate squares up. Goes at Phillips. Reverse layup. Good.
Nice job just clearing out and letting him create something.
He was on the right side of the basket, but went under and shielded the shot blocker, Phillips. Nice move, Dioubate. Here's a lob to Phillips at the other end, and he's fouled as he tried to get the dunk off the pick-and-roll lob.
I don't know if that's Chandler. If it is, that would be his second.
Yep, it is Chandler. 2 on him, 3 on Kentucky. At the line, Phillips, who's back in the game now with those 2 fouls. 16-12, Kentucky leads. Free throw bounces off, no good.
Got to screen out.
Mizzou's not a great free throw shooting team, 69% for the year. As Cam Williams checks in for Chandler.
And Phillips is at 68%.
And he gets 1 out of 2.
Shoots it with a little bit of a side spin on it.
First point for Phillips, 16-13. Kentucky with the ball and the lead. Aberdeen right side. Looks over the zone. Across to Oweh. Feeds the high post to Dioubate. Faces up on Phillips again. Backs him down. Splits 2 defenders. Flips it up. Won't go. It's batted around and captured by Missouri. Dioubate got right to the rim but couldn't finish it. Robinson weaving through the defense. Gets it. He blocked by Garrison. Off to Oweh. Kentucky looking to run it the other way. Oweh weaving through traffic. Chased from behind by Robinson, but he sees him and circles back out front to reset the offense. Oweh drives right, cut off, goes back left, goes down the lane, around Phillips, right to the rim, and it's blocked. Over that left-hand scoop, just teed it up for the Missouri shot blockers. Barrett headed the other way, gets to the rim, missed the shot. Garrison challenged, put up and in by Mitchell. Count it, and a foul on Kentucky.
Well, one of the keys, defensive rebounding for Kentucky. Missouri gets a lot of second opportunities, so another 3-point play opportunity for them.
And this one could tie the game, but for the moment, we have a media timeout with 11:55 left to play in this opening half in Nashville. It's Kentucky 16, Missouri 15 on the UK Sports Network.
Imagine yourself in a new Toyota, like a stylishly affordable Corolla.
It in the middle to be a threat to shoot the basketball after he catches it. That forces the defense to come out and maybe opens up under the basket, but I guess you could put Cam Williams there. We'll see if Kentucky makes that change.
Watch BBN Game Day presented by CHI St. Joseph Health all season long. The show airs Saturday mornings at 9 on WLEX in Lexington. Check UKathletics.com/UK Sports Network for affiliates and times in your area. If you're outside the state, watch at UKathletics.com/videos or on the Kentucky Wildcats Facebook page. Esper Johnson has checked in for Aberdeen at the point. Mitchell's free throw is good, and the game is tied at 16, and Mitchell will get a breather as Pierce checks back in.
Boy, you just don't want to give Mitchell those extra points at the free throw line. Now, he's the best in the league at that, so it's a whole lot easier said than done.
16 all tie. Johnson gets to the top, passes left to Oweh. Comes off the Dioubate screen, back over to Johnson. Feeds it down low to Garrison on the right block. Out to Oweh. Steps into an open 3. No good. Rebound Dioubate. Left of the lane. Out to Johnson. Wide open. Right of the circle. Rims out.
Boy, I thought that was down.
Rebounded by Phillips for Missouri.
Couple of good looks.
And still not shooting the 3 ball well. Here's Stone off the middle screen. Works it right. Then they swing it back on the left side. They get it to Cruz on the wing. Bounce feed into Phillips. Spinning to the baseline. Left side cut off by Garrison. Gets it to Stone. Fall away jumper. No good off the left baseline. It's rebounded by Dioubate. Dioubate will bring it up the middle of the floor himself. Dioubate Gets into the circle, then gives it over on the right side to Oweh. Coming down to 11 minutes to play in the first half. Oweh calls Garrison to come out. Now Garrison dribbles to his right. Throws it back across to the left side to Dioubate. And he gets fouled by Phillips, who picked up his third. And Dioubate turned down a wide open shot to try to drive it at Phillips and forced him to foul, but Dioubate is slow to get up.
Well, if he doesn't do that, you would have to imagine that Phillips is going to have a block because he tried to bait Mo into taking that shot. He was set up in good position.
Looks like Mo may have taken a knee to the right quad muscle. It's the muscle that he's rubbing as he limps his way to the free throw line for 2 shots.
Well, I think Mo needs to walk it off, and he can take as much time as he wants here before he steps up to the free throw line.
And now he's there for 2 shots, 63% on the season. First time there today. It's good, and Kentucky's back in front.
Nice to see that one go down.
5 points for Dioubate. Garrison out, Moreno back in. And Phillips out, Burns back in for Missouri. That's a big drop-off for Mizzou.
Especially in that physicality category.
Dioubate rattles in the second one, 18-16 Kentucky. Robinson now on the point. Barrett getting a breather for Missouri. Robinson at 9 points, 10 assists against Kentucky. A whistle away from the ball, and they get a foul on Oweh, holding Stone, who was trying to come up off a screen to get a catch-and-shoot 3. First one on Ortega, and 4 against Kentucky. 5 against Kentucky.
Now, that's a cheap foul there. That's one you definitely don't want to waste one on.
Mitchell back in, Cruz out for Mizzou. Missouri's ball right baseline. 10:44 left in the half. 18-16 Kentucky. Robinson trying to find somebody in the paint, but it's not there, so he throws it way out front to Mitchell.
Tough one here.
Matched up against Oweh. Hands it off to Stone. They swing it right side to Robinson. Tries to drive. Cut off by Moreno. 10 to shoot as he backs out on the right side.
Good job.
Puts it over to Stone. Left of the circle. 3 ball. No good. And rebounded by Moreno. Chased it down over in the far corner.
Great defense there.
Hands it to Oweh up the left side. Puts on pedal to the middle. Gets to the baseline. And then makes the U-turn out to the corner. Open 3. Left corner. No good. Rebounded by Missouri. Ortega 0 for 5 at the 3-point line in this tournament now. Mitchell tries to drive on Dioubate. Taken away by Oweh. Throws it ahead to Johnson. Johnson back to Oweh. Lays it in.
Well executed 2-on-1 fast break. Give that ball up early and then sprint to the front of the rim. And that's what Oweh did along with Jasper.
Perfect pass from Johnson to Oweh. Catch up 20-16. Up top, it's Robinson working against Johnson. Gets by him, and they call Johnson for the foul. He didn't move his feet enough to start on the drive, and then he had to reach.
Yeah, you have to make that adjustment quickly because they're going to try to drive Jasper. There's no question about that.
So that's 6 fouls on Kentucky with 9:45 to play in the half. The next one will put Missouri into the bonus.
A lot of reaching.
Mizzou gets 23% of its points at the free throw line, second best in the league at getting to the line this season. Stone out deep on the left side, guarded by Oweh, throws it to Burns. Burns, not a 3-point threat. Stone gives it back to Burns for the dunk off the pick and roll. These are pretty good at the rim, though.
Yeah, that's the same pick and roll action that Kentucky ran earlier that got Malachi a nice, low, easy bucket.
20-18 in favor of Kentucky. Johnson now deep on the right, picks up his dribble, feeds to Moreno. They swing it to Oweh. A couple steps beyond the 3-point line on the left side. Back to Johnson in the middle, to Oweh. Bounce pass to Williams in the corner, to Oweh, to Johnson. Thought about the long 3, slides left. 5 to shoot, hands it to Oweh. Got to shoot a long 3. Rattles out, no good. Rebounded by Stone for Missouri.
Kentucky's offense has just stymied against that zone defense.
Stone thought about the long 3. Jab step, now drives into the circle. Backs out. Guarded by Dioubate, trying to get a 3-point shot over the taller Dioubate, but he can't. Burns straight away. Hands it to his right to Mitchell. 9 on the shot clock.
Need help there.
Mitchell,
Need help.
Left of the circle. Drives on Moreno. Almost lost his balance. Throws it out for Pierce. Quick 3's no good, but they call Johnson for the foul.
Oh, what a tough break. should have been probably traveling on Mitchell,
Yes, it should have been.
and it leads to an ill-advised foul by Jasper Johnson behind the three-point line as the shot clock was running out.
They generally try to limit you to one pivot foot.
Yeah, that's the...
Mitchell got a little bonus there, and it leads to a foul for Kentucky's Jasper Johnson.
that
His
was
first.
a tough break.
Team 7th. Pierce for 3 shots. First one's good. He averages 11 per game. That's his first one today. Chandler's going to come back in for Kentucky along with Jelavic and Aberdeen. Aberdeen and Chandler both with 2 fouls. Phillips on the bench with 3 for Missouri. Second one, no good, short. So the best he can do is tie the score, as it's 20-19 Kentucky with 8:30 to play in the half. Dioubate goes out, Oweh goes out, Johnson goes out.
I think Kentucky would like to get a shot for Cam Williams before they take him out of the game.
Free throw good, 2 out of 3 for Pierce. And the game is tied once again at 20 apiece.
Now full court 2-2-1.
Aberdeen in backcourt. Gets through the press, gets into the lane, bounce pass, dunk, Jelavic coming in off the right baseline.
And when you beat that 2-2-1 zone, you get it past that second wave, you have to push that ball right to the basket as Aberdeen did that time.
But Mark Pope calls a power play, and it was executed successfully by the Cats. 22-20 Kentucky, 8 minutes to play in the half. Burns right in the circle, holding it high above his head. Going to shoot a long 3, rims out, rebound Jelavic. He's now 1 of 13 behind the arc this season.
Well, you'd love for him to shoot about 10 of those.
Aberdeen out deep on the left side, walks it to the middle, gives it to Moreno, right of the circle. He's an open 3 to take it and miss it.
Low Brandon Garrison action on that one.
Yeah, here comes Stone the other way for Missouri. Gets into the paint, shoots over Moreno, who blocks it, but Mitchell rescues it, hands it off to Burns. Left-hand leaner won't go. Gets it back. Up under the basket, missed the shot again, and Jelavic snatches the rebound.
Slow that down and get a shot. A good shot.
Assistant coach Jason Hart up on the bench saying just what you said, slow it down. Aberdeen comes into the circle. He backs out. 22-20 Kentucky. Moreno forced out 15 feet on the left side, works his way into the paint, spins, the leaner, good, as he worked his way in against the thinner Burns and got in deep and put in a little jump hook.
Yeah, it's a lot tougher doing that against Phillips, but he's on the bench with 3 fouls.
24-20 Kentucky. Mitchell top of the circle. Jelavic guarding him.
Need help there.
Mitchell now working against Moreno. Drives him down to the baseline. Moreno challenges the shot, and it's missed and rebounded by Jelavic. Good defense on the big man from Missouri. First by Jelavic, then Moreno. Aberdeen comes off a screen, floats over to the right. Couple of crossovers, steps back on the attack, down the lane, left side, pump fake, gets to the rim, puts it in.
But just a good job driving that ball, man. Don't get very, very happy with that three-point line when you can get baskets in the paint.
6-point lead for Kentucky. Cat fans on their feet at Bridgestone Arena in Nashville. Robinson out deep on the left side for Missouri. 6:14 up on the clock. Robinson, top of the circle, passes to his left to Stone. Back over to Robinson. Jelavic has him on the switch. Long 3, no good. Long rebound, tapped by Williams over to Chandler, and a foul on Missouri's Pierce.
Don't blow the whistle right there. Kentucky had the numbers. Jelavic was down calling for it. He would have dunked that one through.
Timeout on the floor. 6:01 to play in the first half in Nashville. Kentucky has broken a 20-20 tie to lead 26-20 on the UK Sports Network.
What does it take to win? Having the right team. I'm Greg, managing partner from Becker Law, and we are the team you need when you or a loved one are wrongly injured. Call us now at 333-3333 from anywhere in Kentucky.
Or goes into believing that's where he's going to play. But then later in the game, he became more effective on the low post. But I think they'll try to get him more involved down there now. So let's hope Kentucky adds to this lead here.
Williams, Aberdeen, Jelavic, Oweh, and Garrison on the floor. Aberdeen bounces to Jelavic, right of the circle, gives it to Williams. His pass to the corner is deflected and almost stolen by Missouri, but Barrett couldn't come up with it before he fell into the crowd. A little bit of a soft pass from Cam there and almost got burned.
Well, he looked at Oweh the whole time, and instead of breaking up and throw a bounce pass. He tried to throw a direct pass and just didn't work.
Jelavic, right side, long three, no good. Off the back iron, it goes high into the air, grabbed by
I don't
Burns.
mind that shot so much. I don't mind that one.
26-20, Kentucky, Missouri with the basketball. Robinson running the point, dribbling parallel to the midcourt stripe. Comes back to his left hand. Yeah, deep on the left side, keeps his dribble, takes it down the lane, goes for the rim. Reverse layup is blocked by Garrison, lost out of bounds by Missouri. The Missouri player Robinson lobbying for this one to be reviewed, but Garrison with a great challenge at the rim.
No, don't waste that, please. I mean, I don't think there's any. Well, Kentucky's trying to get it and take it out, and the ref wouldn't give him the ball.
Fourth block shot already for the Wildcats. Williams to Oweh on the left wing. Back to Williams. Deep on the left side. Across to Aberdeen. Mizzou's in that 2-3 zone. Aberdeen tried to get in the middle of it. Could not. And a reach-in foul on Missouri. It's been a tight whistle both ways so far. They call this one on Barrett. His first 6 on the Tigers.
Kentucky's still not in the bonus situation, so hopefully they will be after on the next foul.
5:09 to play in the half. Kentucky with another chance here to build on that 6-point lead. Aberdeen straight away bounces to Jelavic, right of the lane, goes right at Burns, drops it in off the glass.
Very nice move. Glad to see him more aggressively on the offensive end of the floor.
28-20, Cats' largest lead. Barrett along the right baseline, flips up a floater that won't go, but a foul called on Oweh of Kentucky, and that is his second. 3 Kentucky players, the 3 starting guards, each with 2 fouls.
Well, obviously you have to be really careful here. Denzel's played a lot of minutes with those 2 fouls. Colin Chandler's already over there on the bench with 2. And Oweh's going to have to be really, really careful here.
Barrett at the line, where he shoots 80%. 1 for 1 today. First shot, no good, short. For Missouri, Burns will go out. They get Nicholas Randall, a 6'8", 240-pound freshman in. They just keep rolling big guy after big guy. So they take 7-footer Burns out, but they get a thicker player here.
Yes.
Barrett, 1 more shot.
That's short.
This looks no good. Rebounded by Jelavic. Empty trip for Missouri. Kentucky's with the ball and up 8. Aberdeen out deep on the left side. Comes to the middle, floats it to Jelavic in the middle of the zone. Turns it wide open at the left elbow, but didn't take the shot. Hands it back to Aberdeen. Aberdeen out beyond the arc, gives it to Williams. Thought about a long 3, back to Aberdeen, 10 to shoot. Aberdeen driving, left to the lane, leans in between 2 defenders, lost the ball out of bounds. Touched last by Missouri's Robinson. 7 on the shot clock for Kentucky to play it in down on the left baseline.
Boy, you want Jelavic to catch that ball in the middle, but he has to look at the basket. He was wide open. I mean, he would have had an easy opportunity to score that one.
Stone into the game for Missouri, and Robinson going to the bench. Williams throws it deep into backcourt to Oweh.
Well, I thought he was throwing it to the bench.
Oweh comes into the lane and lost the ball. Dribbled right into 2 players. Barrett with the steal, drives, headed the other way, blocked by Moreno. Picked up, put in by Stone. So Missouri gets the steal and the layup at the other end.
Too much dribbling now, and especially playing against the zone now that has switched to the 1-3-1.
Aberdeen, top of the circle, lets it fly. No good. Rebound, Jelavic, left of the lane, dribbles out beyond the arc in the corner. To get it back to Williams, straight away, long 3. Goes in!
How in the world did that go?
And hit the back of the iron and just died. A steal for Aberdeen in backcourt. Goes for the basket, missed the shot, followed up and in by Oweh.
How did that shot go?
Cats by 11. That thing just hit the back of the iron and died and rolled into the basket for Cam Williams. Mitchell, right elbow, driving into the paint. Left-hand leaner banks in off the glass right in front of the rim.
I figured they were gonna go to the basket.
Just Kentucky's second made 3 of the day there by Cam Williams. 33-24 Cats. 3:15 to play in the half. They get it to Jelavic, right of the lane, working against the smaller Stone. pivots to his right. Now back to his left. Gets fouled. Flips it up and in with the left hand. No call, but what a finish.
Yeah, see, he's in the middle there, and he has the advantage. He's almost 7 foot tall.
Barrett, left corner for Missouri. 2:54 to play in the half. Comes into the lane, and they call a foul on Moreno. And that'll be his first. It'll put Barrett at the line. 2:50 to play. There's a timeout on the floor. Kentucky with an 11-point lead in round 2 of the SEC tournament over the Missouri Tigers. Cats 35, Tigers 24 on the UK Sports Network.
Imagine yourself in a new Toyota, like the best-selling all-hybrid Toyota Camry. Now through March 31st, you can get 4.99 APR financing on any new 26 Camry. Or lease a new well-equipped Camry LE for just $269 a month for 36 months with $36.99 due at signing. With approved credit through TFS, tax, title, and license extra. Call 1-888-36-TOYOTA for details. Or go to Toyota.
You got 2.5 minutes, 2 minutes, 50 seconds left here.
Free throw good for Barrett. One more coming.
And it'll make a big difference in the second half if he has 3 fouls to work with as opposed to picking up his third here. Needs some really good, solid minutes by Jasper.
And it rattles in for Barrett. Leads back into single digits at 35-26. Mark Pope spent a little extra time with Jasper out of that timeout.
Yeah. Well, and we'll talk about in a minute, but that means not turning the ball over.
Bounce pass
right
down
there.
The baseline. He just turned it over, trying to feed the post to Moreno.
Means.
Here's Barrett weaving through the defense. Gets into the lane. Jump pass to the corner. Cruz, quick three. No good. Rebound snatched by Chandler. That thing looked in and popped out.
He can't turn it over.
Oweh, front court, right side. Cross court to Johnson. Open on the left wing. Turns it down. Goes baseline. Cut off by Cruz. Backs out. Good decision there. No, take a quick shot.
And Missouri's going back man-to-man.
Chandler driving down to the right baseline. Cut off. Spins. Throws it over to Johnson on the left side. Comes to the top. Feeds Moreno on the roll. Nice catch. But he can't finish it at the rim. And Missouri tries to save it in, but could not do it. And a break for Kentucky as Stone couldn't come up with the ball. That was a nice look from Jasper, and Moreno made a tough catch, but he didn't finish.
Well, and that's too bad for Jasper because something finally went his way.
Yeah, he turned down what might have been a bad shot to make a good pass, and then didn't get rewarded. They throw it deep into backcourt to Johnson as we hit the 2-minute mark of the first half. Johnson goes left, picks up his dribble, floats a pass to Jelavic, right of the circle. He dribbles to his right, hands it to Oweh. Oweh out front, couple of crossovers, gets in the lane, spins to his right, banks it up, and it goes in.
Yes. Boy, that's the first time he's been one-on-one. But
just
no
his
help
second
coming.
37-26, Kentucky back by 11. 1:35 to play in the half. Barrett walking it down the left side of the lane, floats it up to the rim, and it's caught by Randall. And he throws it back, and it's deflected by Johnson and stolen by Chandler. Back to Johnson, going for the basket, lays it up, got hammered, wouldn't go in, but he will go to the line.
That's what Jasper needs to do. Those kind of plays. Good help defense.
Got a deflection, led to a steal, and now Kentucky will have one of its best free throw shooters at the line.
Yeah, that is the kind of play that you can build confidence on. And look, I know it's different for subs coming off the bench. I know it's different. You have a little bit of a shorter leash than some of the other players. And that's why that guy coming in has to make stuff happen. Positive production. Doesn't mean scoring a lot of points, Tom, but you can't give it away.
They're going to take a look at this play, apparently. Looking at something, we assume it's this play. Maybe some contact on Jasper, who was rubbing the side of his head as he got up off the floor.
Well, but I think, Tom, from my angle, and I'm right with you and I's position where we had it clear, I think it was a basketball move, a basketball play attempt. And as he went up for the block, his elbow, the side of his elbow actually, got Jasper right in the side of the head.
Yeah, you're right.
So I don't know. It looks like he brought it down a little bit, so it could. After I see the replay, it could be elevated.
Foul was on Stone. I thought it was Randall, but it was Stone.
Maybe Stone didn't have a chance to block the shot. So
Stone's first team
I
7.
could see that being changed, actually, Tom.
Didn't we have a play something like that yesterday? Because he's trying to go for the ball. I'll tell you what I'm thinking of. It was the play, and think in the Vandy game where McLaughlin tried to block a shot across the body and got called for a flagrant one.
Yeah. So this could possibly be changed.
He's going to make the block. That's the play he's trying to make, but he's just not long enough and tall enough to make it because Jasper kept the ball out far in his right hand, and that forced Stone to try to reach farther to block it, and he hit Jasper in the side of the head.
And look, this doesn't mean anything, but I wish that was Oweh going to the basket as opposed to Jasper, because I think Oweh would get more respect from the officials. Does that make any sense at all to you, Tom? I think he gets a little bit more.
So I think we may be getting a flagrant one on this.
The call will stand as a common foul.
Yeah. And I could see it going either way. I mean, I think it was a basketball move, frankly.
I thought we might be getting the flagrant one because the official came over to talk to TV, and they don't always do that if it's not going to be changed. But it remains a common foul, and it's 2 shots for Jasper Johnson. Would have been 2 shots in the ball on the flagrant one.
Well, I have Bob Delaney sitting right next to me. I used to, when I was working the NBA, I'd see Bob Delaney riffing a bunch of games. He's here to evaluate the officials and everything. So
free throw good.
After that one, I leaned over to Bob and I said, "What do you think?" He said, "Basketball play." Okay. And I said, "I totally agree."
Second one rattles out, no good. A rare miss for Johnson, who had 91% before going to the line. But he gets 1 out of 2 to make it 38-26. Cats' largest lead. 1:15 to play in the half. Cam Williams in the game for Kentucky, along with Dioubate, Johnson, Chandler, and Moreno. Barrett, top of the circle, fires it over to Stone. Stone gives it to Mitchell. Right corner, drives on Dioubate. Trying to back him down. Comes into the paint. Fall away 10-footer, no good. And chased down by Dioubate. And forced a tough shot.
Slow it down. Get the ball to your guard.
Tremendous defensive job by Dioubate to finish it off with a rebound. 48 seconds to play. Johnson, middle of the floor. Trying to get by Barrett, and does thanks to the Dioubate screen. Gives it back to Mo. Going to the rim. Shots blocked out of bounds off Missouri. Randall blocked that one. You don't want to go in with that left-hand scoop like Dioubate did there, Oweh earlier, and kind of tease it up like a set in volleyball for these guys.
Yeah, you want to go in there thinking, I'm going to dunk this thing.
Stop on 2 feet or dunk it. Chandler throws the long pass into backcourt to Johnson, and now he'll come across the line. 8 on the shot clock. Johnson going to pull up, shoot a long 3. It's no good. And Moreno being held over the left corner as he tried to go to the rebound. His jersey's being stretched out.
How do you not see that?
Ask your friend there.
Well,
38-26.
That's a good point. I might discuss that with him.
Cruz off the screen. Open 3 at the top is good. 38-29. Leads back into single digits. Kentucky will take a timeout with 7.8 on the clock. I mean, I look over to the corner. Malachi's trying to track down the rebound, and I see his jersey stretched out.
Yes. I just don't know how you not see that. I mean, and they're obviously officials can't see everything. But, boy.
So, 38-29, Kentucky. They gave up a late 3 yesterday, and that kind of was a buzzkill. And now they gave up a late 3 here when Cruz came clean off the screen and got a wide open look. And that's his 56th three-point basket of the season. But now Kentucky does have a little time left to try to set something up.
That's the difference.
SEC tournament coverage presented by UK Healthcare, the official healthcare partner of the BBN. The game was tied at 20, and now Kentucky's been able to push it out to as many as 12 in front, but it's 38-29 right now. Watch BBN Tonight, presented by UK Healthcare all season long. The show airs at 7:30 each weeknight on WLEX in Lexington. If you're outside the city, you can watch at bbntonight.com. So they get Oweh and Aberdeen back into the game with Chandler and Jelavic and Moreno for this final play.
Yeah, what I'd like to see here is a drive to the paint and maybe a dish back out to that three-point line.
Aberdeen down the left sideline. He's going to the baseline, lost the ball, gathers it in, turns, fall away jumper, no, and the rebound to Mitchell. And that brings the first half to a close. Kentucky will take a 9-point lead into the locker room here in Nashville in the second round of the SEC tournament. And the Wildcats are 14-1 this season when they lead at the half, 35-2 in the Mark Pope era. It's Kentucky 38, Mizzou 29 on the UK Sports Network.
SEC tournament coverage on the UK the University of Kentucky, we build, we work, we lead. Not for the credit, but the future. For the name on the front of the jersey, the name that binds us, the place that drives us. For students and patients, farmers and families, fans and physicians, from dawn to dusk, we're here, advancing.
Your home for Kentucky Wildcat basketball.
We are back and ready to go with the second half. 38-29, Kentucky leading Missouri as we get set to start the second half. Wildcats with 4 different players scoring 6 points in the first half. Moreno, Aberdeen, Dioubate, and Jelavic. And so now the Wildcats will see if they can keep it rolling in the second half, Goose.
Yeah, the first 4 minutes are going to be really important. Kentucky cannot come out turning the ball over. That is going to be the thing that gets Missouri confidence. So you can't turn the ball over, and you really cannot afford to give them second and third looks at the basket. So 2 little things that Kentucky's going to have to do here. And it would be also nice to see Kentucky go to Malachi early and try to get foul number 4 on Phillips.
And my ciphering was incorrect. Oweh also was 6, so 5 different players with 6 points for Kentucky. And it was similar in Lexington when the Cats had the game against Missouri in January, which they lost 73-68. Oweh had 20, but then you had a bunch of guys between 7 and 9.
Yeah.
Our SEC tournament coverage presented by the UK Sports Network. And on the UK Sports Network, it's presented by UK Healthcare. It's the official healthcare partner of the BBN. 73 points has been the magic number for Missouri this season. That's what they scored against Kentucky and Lexington. They're 20-1 when they get to 73, 0-9 when they don't. And they're not on pace to get there today as we start the second half. Mizzou will have the basketball. They're actually going to start Burns at the 5 spot to begin the second half. Phillips with the 3 fouls will stay on the bench.
Yeah, well, that probably is a good move, but I would still go to Malachi. I would still get Moreno looks.
Starters back in for Kentucky. And Barrett gets it to Stone in the middle of the floor. He's guarded by Aberdeen. Stone walks it to his left. Pierce comes to get it. Pierce to Barrett, left side. Barrett drives on Jelavic, throws it back behind him to Mitchell, turns down an open 3 to spin and get to the rim and flip it up, and it comes off no good, and it's rebounded by Jelavic, who gets knocked down, but he taps it out to Oweh. Jelavic has battled today.
Really good effort by Jelavic.
Aberdeen in the midcourt circle for Kentucky. He's holding the ball at his waist. They get ready to get set up. He bounces it to Moreno at the left elbow. They wanted to try to get it to Oweh down low. Could not. Chandler, left side. 3 ball. Got it. Rattled and stayed.
Boy, he's been so patient. You have to give him credit. Another good step offensively for Colin Chandler.
The lead is back at 12. 41-29. Good start to the second half for Kentucky. It was Chandler's first 3-point attempt of the day, so he hadn't tried to force it. Stone starts to go left and passes back to his right to Barrett. 9 to shoot. Barrett gets to the lane, then backs out. 4 seconds to shoot it to Mitchell. 2 seconds. Mitchell gets into the lane, forces up a contested shot that comes off no good, but it's rebounded by Burns, who throws it back to Mitchell.
Gotta get that one.
Barrett bumped and fouled by Oweh on the drive, and that'll be the first foul of the second half. So not getting the defensive rebound leads to Oweh picking up his 3rd foul.
Yeah, it's amazing how that one mistake leads to something else.
Missouri ball down on the left baseline. Looking to get it to Mitchell in the paint, but they can't, so they throw it out to midcourt where Pierce makes a leaping grab. Now Barrett comes back to get it. Barrett driving it down the right sideline, goes along the baseline, lost the ball out of bounds, but they call a foul on Moreno of Kentucky, and that's his second, the team's second. And the whistle stays tight as it was in the first half, both ways.
Yeah, and I can see why they called that, because, again, instead of sliding your feet, you kind of bring those arms down as a 7-footer and create the contact.
Move your feet, keep your arms high, right? Comes into Stone in the right corner, out beyond the arc. Walks it out to the wing, then bounces it to Mitchell in the corner, back to Stone, moves it left side to Pierce to Barrett on the wing. Barrett drives by Jelavic, reverse layup, good. He had a quickness advantage and used it.
Kentucky confused on how they wanted to defend that. They've been switching everything.
41-31. Cats. Oweh works his way down the lane, gets to the rim and comes off no good. It went in and popped out. Barrett runs it into front court, threw it away. Aberdeen with the steal. Cross court to Oweh. Back to Aberdeen. Pump fake down low, goes up and scores.
That's the difference between 2 feet and 1 foot runner. You can stop that thing.
Aberdeen makes it a 12-point lead again for Kentucky. He knocked it away, and Jelavic has the steal. Ahead to Aberdeen. Ahead to Oweh. Under the basket. Lays it in. Timeout, Missouri. The Cats push the lead to 14, the largest of the day on the run-out layup by Oweh off the steal. And with 17:40 to play, we'll be right back. Kentucky leads at 45-31 on the UK Sports Network.
Thinking about digging, planting a tree, putting up a fence? Hold that shovel. Before you break ground, head to Kentucky811.org or call 811. It's quick, it's free, and yup, it's the law. Submit your request online or call before you dig. Member Utility Pros will mark where the underground lines are. Don't risk the injury, service outages, penalties, or costly repairs. Safety is in your hands. 811 before you dig.
Sponsored by the Kentucky Public. To be thinking, with Miami of Ohio getting upset today in the Mid-American Conference tournament by UMass, got them. I think there will be a lot of discussion now. Surely Miami will get in. I think they would deserve to get in, personal opinion, but that's something that will be debated by fans and all the pundits over the next few days, and gives teams like Auburn hope.
Well, I agree with you. I think with the season they've had, they certainly deserve to get a spot in the dance. But who knows what happens at that situation? So yeah, Auburn knows they need one.
So Missouri's basketball out of the timeout. They've got Robinson in on the point. Pass comes right side to Mitchell, working on Jelavic. Jab step, then he drives on him, gets into the lane, jump stop, leans in, scoops it up at the rim.
Now they know where to go when they need a basket. They will go right to him.
45-33. Kentucky's lead cut to 12 as Aberdeen walks it into front court. Cross court pass to Jelavic, to Oweh on the wing. Feeds Jelavic, left baseline. Diagonal pass out top to Moreno. Dribbles to his right, trying to get it to Aberdeen. Could not. Gets it off to Chandler. Comes off a screen. Bounce pass to Moreno. Tries to throw it into the paint, and they get a foul on Missouri.
Break. And is that Phillips? Maybe. Is that Phillips?
If it is, that would be 4.
No, they called it 0.
So Robinson picks up the foul. That's his first. Jelavic came into the paint. Moreno made a bad pass because he threw it into 2 defenders, but they got bailed out with a foul.
That's a break. Big break.
Chandler fires it deep into backcourt to Aberdeen.
The Chandler's going to throw his arm out, man.
I'm assuming they did it because of all the size Missouri has. Here's Aberdeen. Working it left of the circle. Can't get a shot. Gives it out to Chandler on the wing. Shot clock at 8. Over to Moreno. Hands it back to Chandler. Chandler works down the right side of the lane. Gets to the rim and puts it in.
And good job challenging Phillips, man. Just keep going at him because he doesn't want to pick up his 4th.
47-33. Down the lane, Robinson stripped away by Chandler, picked up by Jelavic. Had Chandler on a run out, but he couldn't find him in time. Oweh's got it. Oweh down the right side of the lane. Cut off, spins, picks up his dribble, throws it to the corner. 3-ball, ribs out, no good. Chandler had an open look. Mizzou in transition. Pierce, left wing, quick 3 in the air, rims out, no good. Long rebound, there's a foul called against Kentucky in the battle for the rebound that was captured by Missouri. The foul's on Jelavic. It's his first and 3.5 on Kentucky.
But those misses, you just have to find a way to chase those down. They score on these extra opportunities, and Yella did push off.
Oweh out, Williams in for Kentucky. 47-33. Cats have equaled their largest lead. Barrett has it on the right baseline as he's back in.
And I'd be really surprised if they don't go to Mitchell again.
Mitchell's lined up on the right side of the lane. Now breaks back to the basket, gets open underneath, and goes up and dunks it. Got a lull Kentucky to sleep there. 13 for Mitchell. Looked like he was going to come out, and then he made a quick pivot right to the spot underneath the basket, and Barrett got it to him. Good play. Well executed. Williams, right of the circle, works his way into the paint, cut off, throws it to the left corner to Chandler, out to Jelavic, around to Aberdeen, right corner Williams, open three, no good. Long rebound to Robinson of Missouri.
Good looks.
47-35 Kentucky. Mitchell, right side, working against Jelavic, comes into the paint, loses his balance, gathers himself, goes up and puts it in with that left-hand leaner.
Boy, he is tough. You got to get Mo in maybe to try to slow him down.
6 straight out of the timeout for Mitchell, 47-37. Kentucky's lead is at 10. Aberdeen comes off the screen, double team, shovel pass to Jelavic, whistle away from the ball as Moreno got knocked down. And they call the foul on Barrett or Chandler?
I think it might be Teal Barrett.
Signal number 5. Yeah, it was Barrett.
Yeah.
He bumped Moreno. So timeout on the floor with 15:26 to play. The foul on Barrett is his second. It's the team's second. Kentucky 47, Missouri 37. And we'll be right back on the UK Sports Network.
The new DQ Crispy Onion Cheeseburger $7 meal deal has everything you could want and more.
First, the attempt, because it's not easy to do, forcing them to attempt to stop Mark Mitchell in a one-on-one situation. No help defense for Kentucky is there because they have cleared the strong side of the floor. Now, I would probably run somebody at him anyway to force him to give the ball up. See if he's going to pass it. He's not one to pass it a lot, so I'd see.
Pass goes deep into backcourt to Aberdeen. And Kentucky comes back on the attack with a 10-point lead. They get to Chandler out deep on the right side. Beats Moreno at the high post. Left side, Aberdeen. 10 on the shot clock. Diobate's in. He's got it at the high post. They leave him wide open. He steps in but turns down the shot over to Oweh at 5. Comes off the screen. Shoots an 18-footer. Good.
Big shot.
Dump a 3. They gave him the 3.
Yeah, big shot for Oweh. He's got to get one to go down from the outside so they'll back off of him a little bit.
His first three-point basket of the tournament. 50-37 Kentucky. 11 on the day for Ortega. Barrett curls into the paint, cut off, and almost threw it away. It's rescued by Stone. He saves it into Robinson. Shot clock at 12, and he stepped on the sideline.
Boy, I love Kentucky forcing these turnovers with their aggressive defense.
11 Missouri turnovers today, and Stone will go out. And Cruz checks in.
Got to keep a hand in Cruz's face, man.
50-37 Cats, 14:45 to play. Chandler comes up off a screen, makes the catch on the left wing, but couldn't get a shot. He's swinging right side to Oweh, spins his way into the lane, draws the foul on Missouri's Anthony Robinson, his second, team third.
And that came before he was able to gather the ball to make an aggressive move to the basket, so he will not get free throws out of that.
Mentioned that score from the Mid-American Conference. It was UMass 87, Miami of Ohio 83. First loss of the season for Miami of Ohio. Chandler fakes the long throw and then hits the short zone to Moreno, over to Chandler, and he gets fouled on a three-point shot off the right side and missed the rim because he got hammered.
Now that play right there is a clear indicator as to how the Missouri scouting report was defined when it comes to defending Chandler. He had no chance to block that shot. And I don't know that Chandler had any chance to make it. But the report says
free throw good.
Challenge every shot he takes. So that was a smart play by Colin to just throw it up there knowing the contact was coming.
10 for Colin Chandler. Could be the second consecutive three-point possession for Kentucky if he makes them all. There's 2.
When he makes them all. I feel good about having Colin shooting it right now.
They faked the long throw into backcourt that time, hit the short zone to Moreno.
Second read.
Yes. And it's good. 3 out of 3 for Chandler. 53-37. Largest lead of the day for Kentucky.
How about another stop?
Here come the Cat fans to their feet in Nashville. Robinson bounces to Mitchell at the right elbow, dumps it into Phillips, turns and dunks it. Caught it in too deep to keep him from doing anything but that.
Yeah, I'll be glad when Malachi gets there.
Oweh, free throw line jumper in the air. No good. And rebounded by Barrett for Missouri. Mitchell up the right side. Throws it ahead to Cruz in the corner, but closed out by Oweh.
Oh, man, got away another one.
Out to Mitchell, going through the lane, gets over to the left block, goes for the bucket, blocked by Moreno, who clears it. Outlet to Aberdeen.
I'd slow it down.
Bounce pass, Dioubate going down the lane, banks it up, blocked at the rim, and a dunk attempt is no good by Moreno, and it's called basket interference, and it will be Missouri basketball. And here comes Brandon Garrison up off the bench, maybe thinking Moreno might be a little fatigued since he didn't finish that one, and so they're going to get Brandon in.
See, sometimes I think with Malachi, in practice, I wouldn't let him shoot it unless he dunked it. I wouldn't.
I get that.
I would not. If he's in the paint.
Have to run if you don't dunk it.
Yeah, dunk it. Because that's what you have to do in the game.
Robinson out top. Walks it left, gives it to Barrett in the corner. Phillips posting strong, wants the ball against Garrison, spins baseline, and goes up and dunks it and draws the foul. Exactly what you were talking about.
Just can't do that. You just can't do that. Sometimes you have to weigh the situation. Is it better for me to give up a dunk? And I'm talking about a dunk. That makes the difference. Or do I want to commit a foul on that? Well, more times than not, you want to just let him have the dunk because he goes that aggressive.
Both is the worst thing.
Yes, man.
Phillips with a chance to complete a three-point play. And he does. So he had not made a basket because of the foul trouble until those last two dunks. And now it's 53-42. We got a whistle. I don't know what it's about. Something, somebody saying something. It's all Pat Adams put his finger to his lips like, be quiet.
But he directed that, I think, towards a Missouri player or the Kentucky bench. I'm not sure which one.
5 straight for Missouri, 53-42 Kentucky. 13:26 left to play, and a foul away from the ball as it's Cruz. Chandler is trying to work free. Cruz picks up his first.
Cruz has some issues as well on that defensive end. So,
5 fouls on Missouri.
So if Colin can make a shot during this little stretch, he'll get open. He just needs to knock one down.
Chandler leads Kentucky with 12 points today with just the 1-3. Throws it into backcourt to Aberdeen. He's found other ways to impact the game, which he hadn't been doing. He comes off a screen, makes the catch out deep on the right side, quickly gives it back to Aberdeen. Aberdeen splits 2 defenders, gets into the paint, jump stop, floater, comes up short. And a rebound to Barrett, racing up the left side for Missouri. Big opportunity for the Tigers. Barrett on the attack, getting in deep, layup good.
Well, and Missouri knows they came back on Kentucky and Lexington, so they're going to try to make this push right now.
Timeout, Kentucky. Missouri on a 7-0 run. They've cut the Kentucky lead to 9 at 53-44 with 12:57 left to play here in the game in Nashville. Missouri not making shots outside, so they're just taking everything to within about 3 to 5 feet.
And that's what they should do. There's no question about it. And you know they have the luxury of having Mark Mitchell in there, but it's other guys getting to the basket. And I think the other thing Dennis Gates and his staff is doing right now, because Phillips has 3 fouls, they want to ride him now as much as possible. So they are trying to get him looks in the paint as well.
12:57 on the clock, 53-44. Kentucky leading over Missouri. Wildcats have had the lead since it was 7-5 on 2 Moreno free throws early in the first half. Virginia leading NC State with about 3 minutes to play, 70-61. NC State's a bubble team. St. John's crushing Providence, 85-64 right now in the Big East. Iowa State, Texas Tech in a ranked versus ranked battle, and the Cyclones are running away with that one, 56-39. Second half with that 12 to play.
Just got to get a basket here. Everything is all right. You know they're going to make a run.
Aberdeen walks it over to the right. Chandler pops out to take the pass in the middle of the floor. Gives it back to Aberdeen, down in the corner. Oweh, wide open 3. Got it.
Just got to make a basket. That's all. And run your offense. I'm not sure what that gimmick defense was Missouri ran that time, but it didn't confuse Kentucky.
And here's a foul away from the ball against Kentucky.
Garrison, I think, dancing around on the low post with Phillips.
Yeah, second on BG. 5.5 on Kentucky, each team with 5 fouls.
Well, do you run Garrison another minute here, or do you try to come back with Malachi? Well, you're going to come back with Malachi.
Cruz out. Pierce checks in for Missouri. Moreno returns for Kentucky. I'm sure Mizzou would like to try to get Pierce going. They set him up in the left corner. He shot 41% at the three-point line over the last 10 games. He doesn't have a field goal today, just 2 free throws. They get it into him in that left corner. Chandler with him. He hands it to Barrett. Barrett goes baseline, cut off, backing Chandler down, comes into the paint, throws it out to Mitchell. Long 3.
Bang, bang. He always makes one against Kentucky. Always.
18 for Mitchell. 9 in this second half already after scoring 9 in the first half. Moreno right of the circle. 56-47 Kentucky. Dioubate on the left side. Wanted to hand it to Aberdeen. Could not. Knocked away by Barrett, but rescued by Moreno. Moreno throws it out to Oweh. 10 to shoot. Oweh comes to the middle. Puts it between his legs. Goes to his left hand. Cut off. Leans in. Bounces it down to Dioubate. Looks up. Sees 2 seconds. Pivots. Right hand shot. Good.
Boy, way to stay calm.
Dioubate looked up and saw the shot clock, and he turned and shot it with his right hand. Not something the lefty does much.
No, he doesn't, but he kept his dribble alive.
58-47. Barrett driving in deep at Chandler. Flips it up. Won't go. Rebounded by Phillips, and he's fouled as he puts it back in against Dioubate. He tried to put his hands on the shoulders of Phillips to keep him from scoring, and Phillips was just too strong.
As I say, just give up the 2. Just give it up.
Foul of Dioubate is his first. 6 on the team. Gets us to the media timeout with 11:25 to play. Kentucky 58, Missouri 49, and Phillips will be at the line when we come back to Nashville on the UK Sports Network.
Unlock exclusive coverage of UK athletics with UKSN.
Kentucky had a 9-point lead at the halftime, pushed it to 16 on 3 Colin Chandler free throws. And that was 53-37 at that point, but Mizzou has come fighting back behind its 2 big men. This 5-man Phillips at 7 feet and the 4-man Mitchell at 6'9". Third tallest team in the country is Missouri.
And you have to be ready to rebound this ball if there's a miss. Really cannot afford to give up an offensive rebound on a missed free throw.
Phillips shoots just 53%, and he did miss it. Dioubate comes off with the rebound.
Kind of a crazy bounce coming off of there. Just
off quick.
Alertness by Dioubate got that done. 3-2 zone.
Bounces it to the high post to Dioubate. It's knocked away and a steal for Missouri. Robinson throws it over to Barrett, loses control, able to save it into Pierce right at the basket. He lays it in.
But you don't have to dribble that ball when you catch it in the middle. Survey the floor first.
Just the second Kentucky turnover in this half. Only 6 for the day. But Missouri has cut it to 7 now at 58-41. Oweh out deep on the right side. Back to Aberdeen. Big trip for the Cats. He's going to launch a long 3. In and out. Rebounded by Phillips. Missouri coming up into front court. And now Barrett slows it down.
Got to figure out how to get stops. One-on-one action.
Barrett driving in deep. Moreno switches off on him. Barrett turns his back to Moreno. Backs out. Now he attacks again. Comes into the lane. Fall away 8-footer. No good. Through the foul on Moreno. The guy's 6'4". You don't need to
do anything but
keep your hands
put
up
your
high.
arms straight up in the air. And there's been a lot of jawing going on between Phillips and Mo Dioubate, and Mo is saying, "Go take a look at it," and that's what they're going to do here. Oh yeah, he grabbed his face, grabbed him. Yeah, that's not a basketball play. I'm watching the replay, and it appeared to me as though there was definitely an unnecessary move on that play by Phillips.
Well, if they call that, that would be 4 on Phillips.
Yeah.
I'm going to review a potential non-basketball play before the foul.
They're going to look at what you're talking about, Goose, as Pat Adams making the announcement here that they're going to look at a play before the foul that was committed by Moreno.
That's certainly what I saw. Certainly wasn't
as
a basketball play.
And you see this tangled up hand fighting happen a lot in the paint, and Phillip Dioubate is trying to block out Phillips, and Brandon Garrison tends to do this a lot, has his arm up extra high, and as he's trying to kind of push Dioubate off, he's doing it into his face with his elbow.
Yeah, that should be 2 free throws by the Cats for sure.
Subscribe to the Behind Kentucky Basketball podcast presented by UK Federal Credit Union today.
And it happened. Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
It's available for free on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, iHeart, and the official UK Athletics app.
I'm sorry, Tom.
No problem.
I was just going to say the contact, that play happened before the shot attempt by Dioubate. So if they call that a flagrant, that nullifies, I would think, the shot attempt where Moreno committed the foul.
Because Barrett takes a couple of more dribbles to get into the paint.
So what is, do you see what I'm saying after we look at that replay?
If they call it a flagrant one, it was before Barrett took his shot. He dribbled a couple more times before he actually launched the shot. I'm not sure exactly what the rule is on that. If they were
I'm not either.
Foul.
That's why I brought it up.
58-51, Kentucky with 10:28 to play. It's become a more Missouri style of game. See if we get the announcement here from Pat Evans. He's still got the headsets on. One of his colleagues came over to talk to TV, and it looks like it's a little more detailed discussion. So, something's happening.
And again, I'm reading signals, okay? So what I think he said, we have a common foul, but we also have a flagrant one. So Kentucky will get a couple of free throws.
Plus the ball, which they would have been getting anyway after the Barrett free throws. Kentucky shooting 50% for the day. Just 6 turnovers, 16 assists, a lot of very good numbers.
We have a common foul on Kentucky, and then we also have an unobserved flagrant one foul on Missouri. Number 5, White will shoot the free throws for the common foul, and number 23 for Kentucky will shoot the flagrant one foul, and Kentucky will have the ball out of bounds.
So Mo will get 2 shots. Based on how smart Kentucky basketball fans are, they have learned now. Remember, there was one of those situations, I think it was that Vandy game, where they announced the common foul. It's the protocol for doing it. They immediately boo, and it's like Doug Shouse had to stick his hand up and goes, wait, I have more coming. And this time they sat quietly, waited, because they knew what was coming.
Yeah, that was good positioning, and the timing of the foul. Yes, sir. Thank you. The timing of it is what made me think they might nullify that shot attempt, but I don't know what the ruling is on that.
I have to check on that one. Barrett has 2. 80% shooter, but just 3 of 5 today. Looking for his 12th point. Free throws up and good. As the point guard, since he's become the starter, a point guard looks to score more than Robinson did. So he cuts it to 6, and now rolls it in and cuts it to 5.
So we can go ahead and make these 2, Mo, and take away those 2.
Now Mo is 2 for 2 at the line, but he's just 63% on the season. Kentucky gets the ball after these free throws. Jelavic standing next to Coach Pope as they chat, as Jela's getting ready to check in, one would assume for Mo.
That's hard.
No good.
Yeah, I could tell when it left his hands it was going to hit the back of the rim, just depended on what kind of bounce he was going to get.
He stepped off the line, now he steps back. 2 dribbles for the left-hander. And it rolls in.
Thank you. Touch that one up.
So that's 9 for Dioubate. He will go out. Jelavic comes in with 10:28 to play. It's a 6-point lead. Once was 16. Moreno, Aberdeen, Oweh, Chandler, Jelavic. Starting 5 out there for Kentucky. Aberdeen comes into front court. Missouri back in the zone. Chandler comes across the top of the circle, moves out deep on the left side, throws it back across to Jelavic. 15 to shoot. Bounces it back to Chandler. 10 to shoot. Across to Aberdeen in the middle of the floor. 9 to shoot. Aberdeen drives into the paint. Hesitates. Down deep. Shovel pass over to Moreno. Muscles his way in and draws the fouls. He tried to get a shot up. They call the foul against Missouri. It's on Pierce.
And I love that Malachi lowered his shoulder to clear out some space on that one.
7 fouls on Missouri. As Burns has checked back in. That was the 4th foul on Phillips, that flagrant one. Big shots here for Moreno. 10 minutes to play. His team up 6. 2 for 2 today. It rolls in.
Nice touch.
7 for Malachi. His high school, great crossing, advancing to the boys' Sweet 16, and a bit of a surprise out of the 11th region earlier this week. This one rolls off, no good. Rebounded by Barrett. 60-53 Kentucky. Barrett in the middle of the floor. Looks like the Wildcats have switched to a 2-3 zone.
2-3 zone.
They get it in the middle to Mitchell. He drives on Jelavic. He challenges Mitchell, and he's able to score anyway. He bumped him to keep him from getting to the rim, but Mitchell just deftly slid off to the left and hit a little floater.
He can go either right or left. But
20 points for Mitchell.
You just can't let him catch it that easily.
9.5 to play. 5-point Kentucky lead. Aberdeen in the middle of the floor looks over the zone to Jelavic. Left side, long 3. That's going to be off. Long rebound to Barrett. Jelavic 0 for 3 beyond the arc today. He's made 1 in 6 consecutive games.
Not very good offense right now for the Cats.
Pass to the right corner to Mitchell. He's going to work again against Moreno. Spins into the paint, draws the foul. He'll go back to the line.
I'm just not certain about that matchup right there because he is so good off the dribble. And that means Malachi has to come out away from the basket to try to defend him. And that is just an invitation for him to get to the line.
He had 9 at halftime. He's shooting for 21 here. Free throw, good. Garrison and Dioubate come in. Jelavic and Moreno out. Mark Pope trying to find an answer to slow down Mark Mitchell.
Well,
the lead's down to 4. That makes this one, it's a 1-possession game.
Pretty much the way the game.
No good.
But
Rebound, Barrett. Barrett dribbles out front.
Nobody jumped.
9 minutes to play. Barrett at 6'4", got that rebound. Floats over to his right side. Down low, Robinson wide open. Goes up and blocked by Dioubate and saved in by Garrison.
That's the way to make up for it, Mo. Don't hold your head down. Just make something positive happen.
Oweh attacking off the right side. The ball stripped away and stolen by Missouri.
No movement. You got to get back to moving.
Mitchell driving down the lane. Lost the ball on his hip. Flips up a shot that won't go, but he got fouled. And with 8:36 to play, that one's on Garrison. It's his 3rd. And Mitchell will go back to the free throw line.
Well, you just have to match their intensity. And certainly right now, Missouri playing harder than Kentucky.
2 more shots for Mitchell. First one rattles out, no good. So he's now 2 of 4, 67% shooter. This will be his 254th free throw attempt of the season.
He's so good at getting to the line.
1 dribble, sets, fires, it's good. It's 60-57. Kentucky
got to find the basket, guys. Got to find a good shot.
Aberdeen out deep on the left side. Brings it into the middle. Goes back to his left hand. Goes in deep. Goes a jump stop. Floater. Comes up short.
Short again.
That's maybe a little tense here with this Missouri comeback. Short-arming some shots. 60-57. Kentucky's lead at 3 with 8:10 to play. Bounce pass to the corner. Robinson feeds into Mitchell. He's matched against Chandler. Knocks him over. Offensive foul.
Oh, boy. Great job. Great job. I was thinking, okay, he's back at the free throw line when I saw that matchup, but smart play, Colin Chandler.
And Mitchell just dropped his shoulder into Chandler. He was a little too eager to seize on that mismatch. So with 60...
And that's a good call.
60-57 Kentucky, the Cats.
Come on, gotta get a shot here.
Under 8 to play. Aberdeen now deep on the left side. Goes off the Dioubate screen, and an offensive foul called back against Kentucky with 7:54 to play. And that will get us to a timeout. For Dioubate, his 2nd. Kentucky 60. 60. Missouri 57. 7:54 to play in the game on the UK Sports Network.
BBN Pets is back and better than ever. Join today and score even more exclusive.
The 8 offensive rebounding has given Missouri a huge advantage here. Kentucky just has to calm down here, Tom. Get back to doing what they were doing. Just need one basket to go down, and it would be nice to see Brandon Garrison give me just a little bit right now.
So Burns still in at the 5 in place of Phillips, who's got the 4 fouls for Missouri. Mitchell is the guy that is causing all the problems for Kentucky. He's got 22 points, and he's matched up against Dioubate as he stands down on the left block. Pierce dribbles over to the right side, hands it to Barrett. Back out to Robinson. Mitchell comes to get it. Left of the circle, facing up against Dioubate.
Gotta get a little help. Just show.
To shoot. Now Mitchell backs out. Now he's moving forward. Drives it down to the baseline. Floater blocked away by Garrison, and no signal. Offensive, no goaltending. Just a blocked shot. Great help. It was close.
It was very close, but good move. They didn't call goaltending, so they can't go look at it.
So now it will be Missouri's ball on the left side. If they call goaltending, they can review it.
They can go and review it.
60-57 Kentucky. Missouri will try it again. 8 seconds on the shot clock. Pierce comes to get it out deep on the left side. He hands it to Barrett. Barrett at 5. Moves in, steps back. 3, barely draws iron. It's rebounded by Dioubate. Kentucky forces
now
a bad
let's
shot.
score this. Let's turn that miss into a bucket here.
Big possession. Here comes the BBN to help the Cats. Aberdeen works his way to the high post and gives it behind him to Dioubate. Dioubate cuts into the lane. Cut off. Bounces it back to Aberdeen, over to Oweh. Oweh along the left baseline. 12 to shoot as he backs out beyond the three-point line. Crossover dribble, trying to go baseline again. He's cut off. They double team him in the corner. Out to Aberdeen. 6 seconds. Aberdeen works his way over to Chandler. Fake, slides right. Open look at a 3. Marty!
Oh, man. Oh, boy. How big was
Captain
that?
Clutch comes through.
Oh, man.
15 for Chandler. 63-57.
No foul, Brandon. That far from the basket.
Mitchell out deep on the left side.
Just give me some help.
Working against Garrison.
Switch that mode.
Mitchell comes into the paint off balance. Blocked by Dioubate. Mitchell gets it back. Forces it up. No good. Foul on Kentucky. He's just throwing it up and going and getting it.
Yeah, he just goes to get it. He just goes and gets it.
It's on Garrison. That's his 4th.
Well,
6:30 to play.
And with Phillips coming back into the game, it might be a good time to bring Moreno back.
Mitchell at the line for 2 shots. He's made 3 out of 5 today. 67% shooter. Eyes the basket. Rolls off. No good. Mizzou, we mentioned early in the game, not a great free throw shooting team. Just under 70% for the season. Burns out. Phillips in. Moreno in for Kentucky. Garrison out.
Well, I wish when...
He had a bench warning to Coach Gates of Missouri.
I wish when they went to the bench and put it to Malachi to come in, I wish he had jumped up and run to get on the floor.
Second shot, Phillips hits it. 23 for Phillips.
I just want to see some confidence in the big fella because he can make some good stuff happen here.
63-58 Kentucky, 6:24 to play. Moreno at the top of the key. Dribbles left, trying to get it to Oweh. Cannot do it. And just holding the ball now, he throws it over to Oweh. Now deep on the right side. Comes off a screen. Gets down the lane. Spins to his right hand. Fall away 8-footer. Good!
Just keep attacking. Keep attacking.
65-58 Kentucky as we hit the 6-minute mark. Barrett standing and dribbling just outside the midcourt circle. Gives it left side. Stolen by Chandler. Races it down in backcourt. Falls down, but saves it in, and Oweh rescues it on the left baseline. Fall away shot. Comes up short.
Tough shot. Should have backed that one out.
Kentucky misses a golden opportunity. They get it up to Mitchell. He's working against Chandler. Driving right baseline for the dunk.
Oh, got to back that one out, Ortega. Unless you get a better look than that.
65-60 Kentucky. Oh, what a golden opportunity there for the Cats. 5.5 minutes to play. Mitchell with 25 now for Missouri. Aberdeen just standing and dribbling in the midcourt circle. 12 seconds on the shot clock. Chandler trying to work free. Comes left side. They're close on him. He moves across the circle, going right 5 seconds. Over to Aberdeen at 4. Aberdeen to the baseline. Pull up 10-footer. Bounces off. No good. Rebounded by Dioubate. He throws it back out to Aberdeen. Aberdeen into the lane. Throws to the corner. Oweh. Open three. No. Rebound. Aberdeen. Foul.
Go get it, guys. Go get it.
Aberdeen on the backside. Grab the ball, and Robinson fouls him.
They're not going to give it to you. So you have to go make it happen yourself.
Aberdeen will go to the line. 9 fouls on Missouri, so it's 1 and a bonus for Denzel Aberdeen.
I think both teams are going to run over to the bench for this next time out when it happens. Both teams breathing heavily.
Aberdeen shoots and hits. He'll get the bonus. 7 assists, 1 turnover today. In his last 5+ games, 31 assists and 4 turnovers. And shooting for a double-figure game here and a 7-point lead. If he can knock it down, and he does.
I like it. I like him. I like having him up there.
4:50 to play. 67-60 Kentucky. If there's a hell ball, the Cats have the arrow.
2-3. 2-3 zone. No, man-to-man.
Bounce pass to Mitchell. They leave him open. He'll take the 3. Hits it. Well, they took the chances on the 3-point attempt, and Mitchell hits his second one of the day. Just 16 on the season for him.
Trying to figure which one I'd rather give him. I'd think from out there.
67-63 Kentucky.
1-3-1 defense.
Aberdeen straight away. Deep 3. Missed it badly. Missed it wide right.
Tough shot. Just
and
not
early
the
in the
time
possession.
for that. Too early.
4:15 to play as Barrett walks it to the middle of the floor. Cats had pushed it back to 7. Now Missouri's got it to 4. They get it to Mitchell. Dumps it down low to Phillips. Throws it out to the corner to Pierce. His 3's on the way. It's good. Back-to-back 3s for the Tigers, and they've cut the lead to 1. With 3:56 to play. First 3-pointer of the day for Pierce.
Just got to answer, got to respond.
67-66 Kentucky. Aberdeen out deep on the right side. Bounces it back to Oweh. He goes into the zone, goes to the bucket, banks it up and in.
Just got to respond. You have to respond.
Oweh makes it 69-66 Kentucky with 3:30 to play. Barrett. Bounce pass to Mitchell.
Where's the help?
Dioubate.
Where's the help?
Out on Mitchell. Mitchell working his way into the paint. Spins to his left hand. Flips up a shot that bounces in.
Boy, he's so good, man. He is so good.
30 for Mitchell. 69-68 Kentucky. Who will blink first? 3:10 to play. Cats by 1. Chandler's got it in the middle of the floor. Goes right, knocked away from behind by Robinson. One of the best steals men in the SEC. Just got one for Missouri, and they can take the lead. 2:50 to play, and Missouri's going to take a timeout. 2:51 left to play in the game. It's Kentucky 69, Missouri 68. And we'll be right back on the UK Sports Network.
Flight by Yingling is the next generation of light beer. For those who don't follow trends, but craft them. Flight by Yingling is 12 ounces of uncompromised refreshment from America's oldest brewery. With only 2.6 grams of carbs and 95 calories, this is premium refreshment 6 generations in the making. Don't just raise...
And you'd also like to see Kentucky force another turnover or 2. There were some early by Missouri, and they have committed 6 turnovers here in the second half, but Kentucky's not been able to turn those into points. So
Pierce plays it in on the left side. Gives it to Barrett. Barrett will walk it back to the middle of the floor. Oweh guarding him. Mitchell being guarded by Garrison. So the two bigs in together, Garrison and Moreno.
Get some help.
Mitchell drives on Garrison. Cut off. Trying to back him down now. Comes into the paint. They double him. Fall away 10-footer. Goes in. And Missouri leads. Mitchell has just been unstoppable.
But Kentucky, what do? I mean, they have to know that they have to bring a little more energy here and get this thing back under control.
70-69 Missouri. Moreno, left of the circle, gets it to Oweh on the wing. Oweh comes out front, picks up his dribble, gives it to Garrison. Garrison dribbles once, now needs help, floats the pass to Aberdeen, and he's fouled.
He's held.
Robinson fouling Aberdeen, who was trying to work open. Robinson has 4.
Now, I'm not saying that I wanted to see it, but when Brandon Garrison caught that ball open in that position yesterday, he was playing with so much confidence that he took that shot. I'm not saying that I wanted it to happen there, Tom, but I want the confidence back that he had yesterday. I mean, at least look at the basket and make them think you are. That helps Denzel to get open a lot easier.
10 fouls on Missouri, 2 shots for Aberdeen. Perfect on the first one. He missed his first one today. He's made 4 in a row. Shoots 79% on the season. If there's a hell ball, Kentucky has the arrow. It's tied at 70. 6th tie of the game. And a third lead change as he makes the second one.
Now you can get a stop here.
Aberdeen picking up in backcourt. Barrett walks it up into front court for Kentucky. Or for Missouri, I should say. To the middle of the floor. 1:55 on the clock. He bounces it to Robinson. 15 to shoot. He goes right side to Mitchell.
Just get back in there and help.
The three-point line.
Get back and help.
Garrison gives a little ground. Mitchell comes into the paint. Garrison trying to force him out. Now they run into second defender, Oweh at him. And driving along the baseline, it's Barrett has to shoot a contested 3. That's a shot clock violation. Moreno rebounds it.
Big stop.
Great defense by Oweh. He helped on Mitchell and then closed out to force the bad shot by Barrett.
They were doing that earlier. Just help. Show him that you're there and recover to your man.
Aberdeen out deep on the left side. Oweh comes to get it at the top. 12 to shoot. 1:18 to play. Driving right of the lane. Goes for the bucket. Puts it in!
Boy, how do you not get on the line from there?
73-7, Kentucky by 3. 1:05 to play. Missouri will take a timeout.
God, how does he not get on the line?
Might have been a little contact.
Man, when you take it that aggressively, reward a guy for giving his body up and taking that kind of physical contact by putting him on the line.
SEC tournament coverage on the UK Network presented by UK Healthcare, the official healthcare partner of the BBN. So Aberdeen sinks 2 to put Kentucky back in front. They get a great defensive possession to force a shot clock. Well, they didn't call it a violation because it was an air ball that Moreno rebounded before the buzzer went off. And so the Kentucky Wildcats come down to get Oweh to the rim, and they lead at 73-70. That's 20 for Ortega, and that moves it past Dan Issel for the second most points by a Kentucky player in his first 2 years. And how did Dan not have more in his first 2 years? It's because Mike Casey was actually the leading scorer in 68 when Issel, Pratt, and Casey were all sophomores.
Yeah, that great players you mentioned right there. I'm telling you, you get one stop, you can get another one. So that has to be the thinking of Kentucky coming out of this timeout.
And three-point game, Mizzou's not likely to look for the 3. They're likely to go to Mitchell, so play without fouling.
Yeah.
Even if he scores, they can't catch
legally.
it.
Guard him legally. And if you end up giving him 2 points, give him 2 points. Don't give him a 3-point play opportunity.
Missouri's been very good in close games. 5 points or fewer. They're 7-1, including the win in Rupp Arena. 73-70, Kentucky with the lead. Missouri will have the basketball. 1:06 on the clock, 23 seconds to shoot it.
And Ortega was pleading his case to the officials, and they've never heard a player talk to him, especially at this stage of a game, about I got fouled on the last one. They've never heard that.
Never at all.
That's a new concept.
So they stay with the 2 bigs, Moreno and Garrison. Comes into Robinson, out deep on the left side. Garrison's guarding Mitchell. Mitchell trying to go to get the basketball, and he does on the left wing. Garrison gives him a little space. Jab step again. Backs his way into the lane, and Oweh comes in, knocks it away. It's out of bounds off Mitchell.
Good job, Ortega, again, with the great help defense.
Garrison held his ground,
and I would bring another offensive player in for one of the bigs.
And here comes Cam Williams.
Okay, yeah. I want to get one of those bigs off the floor.
Oweh with what they call the dig. He just flashes in to knock it away, and it went off Mitchell. Mitchell.
Boy, we've been talking about it. Help and recover. Help and recover.
Oweh getting it done at both ends.
And they're going to defend one more time before they commit a foul.
45 seconds to play as Aberdeen walks it into front court. Kentucky 73, Missouri 70. Held ball. The Cats have the arrow. Oweh wants it, and they give it to him in the middle of the floor. He angles right, cut off. Gives it back to Chandler, swings it to Aberdeen, back to Chandler, 9 to shoot. Chandler out deep on the left, across to Oweh at 6. Hits Moreno down the lane. Moreno out to Aberdeen, fakes, moves in, 1 second, gets bumped at the rim, puts it in!
Oh, my. Oh, what a shot. What a shot.
Timeout, Kentucky with 22.5 to play. Denzel Aberdeen finished through contact, and now Phillips and Garrison, I think it was squaring off. How about Denzel Aberdeen?
Wow, they had a fight. Almost a fight here, Tom. Phillips was in the middle of the Kentucky huddle, and I don't know for sure what he was so upset about.
He should have been happy he didn't get called for the foul. Because he put his chest right into Aberdeen.
I agree.
But Denzel looked up, saw the shot clock. He's standing right here in front of us, so he can see the shot clock. He sees there's like 2 seconds. He's got time to get a dribble, and then he flips up the shot.
Yeah. Now, the officials are at the table. They're looking to see what was going on that made Phillips get in the middle of the Kentucky huddle.
Kentucky 75, Missouri 70, with 22.5 to play.
Boy,
there's some clutch plays on both ends of the floor by the Wildcats.
Look, on both ends, but what they've done defensively these last 3 possessions from
with
Missouri.
Garrison and Oweh, really.
Garrison and Oweh. And they ran the play. Missouri ran the play where Oweh was on the strong side of the floor, where he is good enough, smart enough, strong enough to go back and help, and then recover to his man. So it's great to get stops, and it's great to complete them.
The one thing, sometimes a strength, you can turn it against the opponent. Mitchell's not going to kick that thing out.
He's not. See, and that's what I've been saying. So run that double team, because he's not going to give it up. He just is not. They don't want him to give it up.
Right.
They don't want him to give it up. So he's not. That's by design. So that's why I kept calling for some help. Go help now. Force him to give it up.
Aberdeen gets to the rim and banks it in for his 14th point to give Kentucky 75-70 lead.
Double technical, and you already knew Garrison was in the middle of it.
And both players will foul out on that play.
Yeah, that's 5 for both guys. You already knew Garrison was somewhere in the middle of all of that.
Dioubate up to check in for Kentucky. And Garrison had really played well defensively when they went to the 2 bigs.
Yes, he has. And now...
But you do have a 5-point lead and 22.5 on the clock.
If they make a shot, you don't want to give them a look from the 3-point line. You certainly don't want to foul them on a 3-point shot. But you still are at the advantage. It's a 2-possession game. So you want to have somebody in the back court so they don't roll the ball up, burn some time before they start the clock. So you have to be back there, force them to pick it up.
Missouri's out of timeouts, too.
Yes.
Kentucky has 1 left.
And whatever you do, you don't want to foul.
Double bonus for each team on a foul. Possession arrow, Kentucky is going Kentucky's way on a held ball.
But Cody, one of the assistant coaches, man, when that skirmish happened, he just had surgery to reattach a pec muscle to his bone, and he got right in the middle of it and came out of there grabbing that arm, and I raved at him, "Get out of there, man. Don't be doing that."
So Kentucky has Dioubate, Oweh, Aberdeen, Chandler, and Moreno out there. Williams was up at the table ready to check in, but they're going to pull him back. So they have Aberdeen and Oweh in backcourt. Mitchell's down there in backcourt.
And this is just token defense.
Just to make them use some time.
Just to make them use some time, and you don't want to let them throw it in.
Comes into Barrett. Barrett's going to sprint up the middle floor. Lost the ball. Has to go back and get it. Barrett takes it down the right side. Goes against Aberdeen. Around him for a reverse layup. And then he missed. And Oweh grabs the rebound. And he's fouled by Mitchell.
Oh, boy. All right, guys. Listen. This is a game. And it's not over. But I'm going to step out here. This is a game that a month ago you might have seen Kentucky lose. Now, I hate to say that because there's still 12 seconds on the clock, but Kentucky has grown up some again here today.
First free throws of the day for Otega Oweh. And he has been the man down the stretch.
Yes.
Offensively and defensively. Free throw in the air is perfect. 21 for Oweh. Last player with consecutive 20-point games in the same SEC tournament, De'Aaron Fox in 2017. This one's short, no good. Rebounded by Pierce, sprinting up the left side. Going to shoot a three off the wing. It bounces off, no good. Chandler rebounds. They're going to call a foul on Chandler.
That was a foul.
With 4.5 seconds to play, it's a two-possession game, 76-70.
And I wonder if they'll make the first one, try to miss the second on this.
It's Cruz at the line, 81%, but it's two shots. First one, good. Moreno back in for Williams.
I don't know if he'll try. They don't look as though they're trying to set up an intentional miss here. If it's a little closer score, maybe.
No, he shoots it straight in, 76-72. Comes into Aberdeen, and they foul him with 2.9 seconds to play.
Boy, this is a huge win. Huge win.
Kentucky led by 16 with just under 15 minutes to play. Saw Missouri rally to go in front 70-69 like it did at Rupp Arena.
Yeah, exactly.
Riding the same formula, forcing late turnovers and the power down low. But this time, it was a different Kentucky team.
Yeah, it definitely was. They have made the plays when they've had to do it. And again, if you go back even to that Missouri game.
First free throw on the way. Got it.
Where Kentucky lost the game, they didn't know how to handle this situation. It has to start on that defensive end of the floor. And that's what Kentucky did here today. 2 or 3 big-time defensive plays down the stretch.
Aberdeens made 6 straight. Make it 7. Up to Pierce, 2 seconds. A 3 on the way. It's no good. And the Cats have won 2 at the SEC tournament. Kentucky, 78. Missouri, 72. And time to go take another shot at the Gators tomorrow afternoon. What a valiant effort down the stretch by the Wildcats. And again, on both ends of the floor, some tough finishes by Oweh and Aberdeen, and some great defense by Oweh and Garrison.
Yeah.
Our SEC tournament coverage is being presented by UK Healthcare this week in Nashville. It's the official healthcare partner of the BBN. 78-72. We're keeping it right here because we're waiting to get a chance for Jack to talk with one of the Kentucky players. Kentucky improves to 21-12 on the season. Missouri now 20-12, and they'll have to sweat out Selection Sunday a little bit, but surely they should be in.
They'll be in.
But I was talking to Mike Kelly, their radio voice, before the game. He thought if they lost this, they might end up being in the first 4 in Dayton next week. So we'll see how that plays out, but Missouri should definitely be in the tournament. And Kentucky certainly is, and now is in the quarterfinal round of this SEC tournament, and will take on the Florida Gators tomorrow afternoon, the tournament's #1 seed, and that will be at 1 Eastern time. And Goose is going to chat with Mohamed Dioubate about this big Kentucky victory. Here you go, Mo.
Hey, Mo, man, what a game this was. And you know the thing I'm kind of most proud of is the plays that Kentucky made on the defensive end down the stretch that helped lead to this win.
Yeah, that's what Coach been emphasizing all year long, defense and toughness. And, we were able to do it tonight. We had a lot of guys step up, play physical. We had good bench production, and, we got it done. Yeah.
Yeah, defense wins this time of the year. Number one, you get off to a great start defensively. You do what you do in the first half. They have a superstar player in Mitchell. He's a handful, no question about it. I want to ask you about that. How many guys like him have you defended that are this hard to stop throughout the course of a game?
He's a good player. Going into the game, we know how good he was, and how effective he can be. I'm always up for a challenge like that against a guy like that. I wish I could have guarded him for a majority of the game, but it is what it is. We got the win, and that's what matters.
Okay, so now you've won 2 games here in Nashville, and I know you have to feel good about that. Got another one tomorrow. We're going to get another shot at the Gators. We've played them well. I mean, I'm going to give us that. We have played them well.
Yeah.
What do you got to do here now, man, to get yourself ready? I know there's blood all over your jersey and all that kind of stuff as indicative of the kind of game it was. But what do you have to do now so that we can pull out